Hi friends, today I am going to explain about public, private, protected and default modifiers in Java. Let's see what is public access modifier in Java. When a class, method or variable is marked as public, it can be accessed from anywhere inside the program or anywhere inside the package. Even other packages can also access public members. Let's see an example. So in order to take the example, I am creating a package. Package name is Fight4Tech, and inside the package we have to create the Java file main.java. So as we are discussing about public modifier, I'm creating public variable num is equals to 10 and public method display. Inside the public method I'm writing public method inside main class. So now I'm taking main method, and as we know that we can access the variables, that is public variables, inside anywhere in the main class. So in order to access num and display, we have to create the object of main class. So I'm creating an object and accessing display method and num variable. So if I compile and run the code, Java fight for tech by main.java, it compiles fine. And if I run the code, fight for tech dot main, it should print public method inside main class and 10. So these two are public, so we can access anywhere inside the main class, and we can access anywhere inside main.java. That is, if we create another class, so if I create class test, we can access these two inside test class also. So we can access num and display inside test also. So if I take the main method inside test, public static void main, and in order to access variable and method inside the main, from the main class to test class, we have to create the object of main class. So here I am creating the object of main class and accessing display method and variable, that is num. M dot num. So if we comment the code and if we save the file, so here the num and display are the variable and method inside main class which are public. So these two can be accessed in another class also. That is, we are accessing those two inside the test class. So if I compile the code again, it compiles fine. And if I run the test class, that is fight for tech dot test. So the output should be m dot display system dot out dot println of m dot num. That is first public method inside main class and 10. So if I run the code, the output is public method inside main class and 10. So here these two are public, so these two can be accessed in other classes also inside the same package. If I create another package, that is, if I create another package named helper, and if I create a class hello.java inside helper package, and in order to access the variable and method from the main class inside Fight4Tech, we have to import the main class. So import Fight4Tech dot main. That is, here we are importing main class from Fight4Tech package. So, and here public static void main string args, and to access the variable and display, we have to create the object of main class. So here I have created the object of main class. Something is wrong here. Public static void main and creating the object of main Fight4Tech. Here our package name is Fight4Tech and class is main. So FIGHT for tech main. It it should work fine, but something it says that syntax error on token expected closing tag semicolon. So now it's fine. And we can access method display here, and we can also access public variable num. So m dot num. It should work fine. Here what we are doing is the variable and method which are public inside the main class inside Fight4Tech package. So from the Fight4Tech package, we are accessing the public variable inside the helper package. So we are accessing from one package to another package. So if I run the code, if I compile the code, Java, here the package is different helper by hello.java. So it compiles fine. And if I run the code, helper.hello, the output should be the console statement and 10. Public method inside the main class and 10. So I'm running helper.hello here. So if I run the code, it's the output is public method inside main class and 10. So here we accessed the variable and method which is in another package. So these two are public. So we can access any package inside any package. And so I can conclude that if a variable or class or method is public, we can access inside the package anywhere. That is, we can access in main class, we can access in test class, and we can access in another packages also. Here we have accessed in helper package. So inside the helper package, we have created hello.java and accessing inside hello.java. So the public modifier, if a class or variable or method is declared with the public modifier, it can be accessed anywhere. There are no restrictions. That is, we can access in the same package or we can access from the other packages. So this is a example that I have explained, and let's see the key points. Accessible inside and outside the package. That is, we can access anywhere. Can be used in inheritance. So the parent variables can be accessed in the child class if they are public. Least restrictive modifier. There are no restrictions for this modifier. If it is public, we can access anywhere. So let's see what is private access modifier. When a variable or method is private, it is only accessible within the same class. Unlike public, we can access anywhere, but private can be accessed only inside the same class. We cannot access outside the same class also. So, and it cannot be accessed outside the class even within the same package. Let's see an example. So here we have taken an example. Let's delete the helper package. No, it may be helpful in protected modifier. So let's see the main.java. Here have declared num and display as public. So if we remove the public, and declare these two as private. So just see this class only, main class only, and here the variable num is private and method also private. So these two are private. We can access inside the main method, inside the main class. Inside this class only we can access. So if I compile the code, Fight4Tech package by main.java, it compiles fine. And if I run the code, Fight4Tech package dot main, so this should work fine. But here variable and method is private, so we cannot use this in another class inside the same file. It is main.java file, but here these two variables are, the one variable and method is private, so we can't use the private variable and method in another classes. So it raises an error. It says that the method display from the type main is not visible. So it's not visible in another classes. The variable num also not visible in another classes. It only accessible inside main. So it is more and more restrictive that whenever we are declaring any variable or method private, we can only access inside that particular class only. We can't access outside the class. That is, we can't access in another class like test, or we can't access in other packages like we can't access in helper package. So private is more restricted. We can only access in that particular class only. And let's see some points. This is an example that I have explained similar to my explanation. And let's see some key points. Accessible only within the same class, not even accessible outside the class. Cannot be accessed outside the class even in the same package. Helps in data hiding, encapsulation principle. That is, it's more secure. It is helpful in security or privacy purpose. So only that particular class only access those variables which are declared as private. Another class cannot be accessed, or another package also cannot be accessed. So let's see protected access modifier. When a member is protected, it is accessible within the same package. Within the same package, we can access anywhere. And in subclasses, even if they are in different package, we can access different inside different packages also, but only in the subclasses. That is only in inherited classes. Let's see the example. Let's see same example here. Let's change the variable private from protected, from private to protected. Protected in and protected void display. Now this variable and method is protected. These two are protected. So we can access inside the same class. It is fine. And we can access inside the same package. That is, we can access inside another class also in the same package. So if I comment this and run the code here, here I'm taking num variable and display method as protected and using the method and variable inside another class inside the same package, that is Fight4Tech. So if I save the code and compile the code, Java Fight4Tech by main.java, it should compile fine. And if I run the code, Fight4Tech dot, I'm running here test class. So if I run the code, it should print method and variable. That is public method inside the main class and variable. These are protected, so these can be accessed inside the package anywhere. So if we are using outside the package, that is, if we are using in helper package and inside the hello.java, these are not accessible. The method is not visible here. But if we are if the hello class is the child class of main, it is accessible. If the hello class, that is, if it is extends main and creating the hello class object, hello h is equals to new hello, now it is accessible. So protected members are accessible in another packages also when they are inside the subclasses. So here hello is the subclass of main. So here the protected variables from the Fight4Tech package is accessible. So here protected num and public method inside the main class, that is display method. These two are protected. So these two are accessible in helper package also whenever the class inside the helper extends main. So whenever it is a subclass, then only these are accessible. So if I compile and run the code, it should work fine. So Java, now we are in helper package, helper by hello.java. So it compiles fine. And if I run the code, Java helper.hello. So it should run fine. Public method inside main class and 10. So it works fine. So whenever a variable or method is protected, that particular variable or method can be accessed inside anywhere inside the package, same package. And if we are in another package, those can be accessible only if a class extends the particular class, if it is a child class of that particular class. So it is only accessed inside the child classes. If it doesn't extend, it is not valid. Only when it is a child class, it is valid. So you should remember this. And this is a similar example which I have explained. Let's see some key points. Accessible within same package and accessible in subclasses, child classes, and can be accessed by non-subclasses outside the package. Cannot be accessed by non-subclasses. Accessible in subclasses, that is child classes outside the package. In other packages also we can access, but the class should be a subclass, that is child class. And cannot be accessed by non-subclasses outside the package. In other packages, if the class is not a subclass, then we cannot access. Okay, let's see what is default, also called package private access modifier. If no access modifier is specified, the member has default access. So there is no keyword for this, and it can be accessed only within the same package but not from other packages. We can access anywhere in the same package, that is we can access in any other classes in the same package, but we can't access in another packages. So let's see example here. Let's see the package Fight4Tech, and inside the Fight4Tech we are in main.java. So let's remove protected. So we are not specifying any keyword. So these are default. Default int num is equals to 10 and method also default. So whenever these are default, we can access inside the class. We can access inside the same class using main object. So it works fine. So whenever I run the code, Java Fight4Tech by main.java, it should compile fine. And if I run the code, it should work fine. And whenever these two are default, we can access in other classes also. We can access inside the test class also. There is no error. Here, the variable num is default and display method also default. So default methods can be accessed anywhere inside Fight4Tech package. So we can access inside test class also. So if I save the code and once again compile and if I run the code, I should run test class, not main. So if I run the test class, it should work fine. Public method inside main class 10. It works fine. So whenever we go for other packages, it doesn't work because whenever the variable or method is default or the class is default, we can use that particular default variable or method inside the same package. We can't access outside the package. That's why these are called package private. So these are private inside the package. We can't access from other packages outside the package. So let's see some key points. Accessible within the same package only and not accessible outside the package. We can't access outside the package. Used when we don't specify any modifier. There is no keyword for this specification of default modifier. So let's see the summary table. Here, if the modifier is public, it can be accessed anywhere inside the same class, anywhere inside the same package, or subclass in other package, non-subclass in other package also. So it is not restricted. So we can use anywhere if it is if the class or variable or method is declared as public. So if it is private, it only accesses inside the same class. We can't access outside the same class. If a private variable is declared inside main, we can't access that particular variable in test class. So whenever we keep it as private, it only accessible in same class. It cannot be accessed in same package, that is other classes, or it cannot be accessed in other packages. So it is most restricted. And whenever we go for protected, it can be accessed in same class and same package and subclass in other package. If it is not a subclass in other packages also we can't access. So if it is default, it can be accessed in same class and inside the same package. We can't use other packages. Whether it is a subclass or not, we cannot use in other packages. If it is default, we can only use in same package and in same class. When to use which modifier? Use private for security and data hiding. That is, if it is private, it can be only accessed inside that particular class only. So it is more secure. Use public when you need global access to class or method. So public is not restricted. So if it is open for all, we can keep it as public. Use protected when you want subclasses to access members, but keep them hidden from non-subclasses. So if you declare it as protected, only subclasses can access from other packages and inside the same package, anywhere we can access. Use default when you only need access within the same package. That is package private. Conclusion. Private only inside the same class. Default only inside the same package. Protected same package plus subclasses in other packages. Public accessible everywhere. So let's see the exercise. Please pause the video and answer the questions. First question. Which access modifier allows a class member to be accessed from anywhere in the program, including different packages? So there is no restriction. So it is public. Second question. What will happen if a class member is declared as private? If it is a private, it is only accessed in that particular class only. So option A, it can only be accessed within the same class. Option A is correct. Option B, it can be accessed within the same package. No, only in the same class. Option C, it can be accessed in subclasses of other packages. No, it can be accessed from anywhere. No. Third question. Which of the following statements about the protected access modifier is true? So if it is protected, it can be accessed in the same package and in other packages only when those are subclasses in other packages. So option A, it allows access only within the same class. No, it have broader category. It allows access only within the same package. No, in the same inside the same package, but it also more broader than that. So option C, it allows access within the same package and in subclass of other packages. Yeah, option C is correct. Option A and B also correct. But option C is describing all the cases. That is inside the same class, inside the same package, and subclasses of other packages. Fourth question. What is the default access level in Java when no access modifier is specified? Default, public, private, protected, package private. So these are only accessed inside the package. So we can call it as package private. Which access modifier should be used to achieve data hiding in Java? Data hiding in the sense data secure, that is encapsulation. So private is correct option. Thank you. Please like, share and subscribe for more videos.